So something a little bit different in today's video. I've got a special guest joining me, and a few weeks ago Andy from the Andy Guitar YouTube channel came around. I'm sure many of you will be familiar with his stuff. He's a great player, great teacher, and he came round. We've been online friends for a while. We'd actually never met in person before, but we spent the day talking about music, playing guitar, and we just decided to turn the cameras on and make a bit of content for you. And in this video we're going to be talking about one of my favourite musical genres, shoegaze, and we're going to be looking at a shoegaze tune by Slow Dive, and also talking more generally about the style, so shoegaze tone and techniques. And there's actually going to be a companion video to this one up on Andy's YouTube channel, and as far as I remember, in that video we're talking about My Bloody Valentine, so you might want to check out that video as well if you're a shoegaze fan. I'll put a link to that somewhere, maybe on screen or underneath this video. Anyway, that's enough talking from me. Let's get straight to the video, and I really hope you enjoy it.
Awesome! Man, there's some cool stuff there.
So yeah, another beautiful song. So this is When the Sun Hits by Slow Dive from the Suvlaki album, if I can say that correctly, but a classic shoegaze record, one of my all-time favourites. And I think that this one sort of illustrates the Slow Dive sound quite nicely. So it's very kind of moody, atmospheric, mid to slower tempos. A lot of this stuff.
Yeah, and it's got the typical like Pixies thing of the time, which is to have a cleaner chorus, the Nirvana thing,
loud, quiet thing.
Going to a heavy, clean intro, going to a heavy chorus, but saturated with. Well, you did a cool thing with the delay. So my delay is at BPM.
Yes,
which is odd. But the only reason I say it's odd is what you're normally doing is trying to do some sort of triplet effect to try and make it sound like you're playing more notes than you are.
Creating some kind of subdivision. Yeah.
Whereas this is just hitting the BPM again, but giving this sort of sludge into the next chord.
Yeah.
Literally has an echo of what's just happened identically.
It just really reinforces.
I don't know another genre where you're trying to do that with a delay.
It's a cool
it's really unique.
It's definitely an option,
and it's so signature to this sound.
Yeah, definitely. So that's the basic. So the basic rhythm guitar part here is pretty straightforward. We got kind of a power chord riff. D going down to F sharp.
Palm muted, so we can really hear both the delay and the reverb.
That brings out the delay as well.
Without that, it sort of it sludges a lot more. But this, you can hear every attack.
Little bit more delicate.
So that's really
delicate,
powerful.
I think. And then we've just got a G and an A tagged on the end.
All diatonic.
Yep.
If you think of that as the key of D. Nothing unusual about the chords. So again, quite traditional melody and harmonically.
Yeah.
But some crazy stuff happening with the effects and then the heaviness of the chorus.
Absolutely.
And with this lead line, which I was like, is that it?
It's beautiful kind of harmonic part. This is I sort of spent a bit of time yesterday trying to figure this one out. I've not learned this tune before, and you can hear that the lead guitar part is played with harmonics, but I couldn't quite figure it out. And so in the end, I ended up tweaking the tuning on the G. So I've taken that down a semitone.
Gotcha.
So we've now got a D. This is an F sharp.
Ah, I see. Okay.
And that works beautifully over these chords. So. Can get those kind of harmonics in there in a beautiful kind of a way.
It was interesting to hear you say that you haven't particularly learned or played this one before, even though it's it's one of your favourite albums, songs. Because there are those that escape you, and I'm going down a similar rabbit hole now where I'm basically forcing myself to learn a lot of stuff that I really love and listen to all the time, but I've never learnt it on guitar because it's not blues based.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. No, it's the same.
And I've never had to learn it to play in a band or anything.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I'm now making myself do videos on them.
Got to do that. Yeah, I'm kind of going to do the same with Shoegaze. I think
to bring myself forward as a player as well, because this is super creative stuff.
Absolutely, and it's to be honest, I'm a little bit not scared exactly, but with Shoegaze, it's how do they do this?
Well, there's always something, as you say, with the tuning. Am I learning a part that they've actually played on a synth in the studio?
Yeah, and you don't necessarily have to learn everything exactly like the record. Sometimes it's cool to just do things your own way. But
you've got to find a practical way of doing it. Totally. I say we've stayed in pretty much standard here, rather than doing some crazy retuning.
Totally, but with this record there are at least 3 layers of guitar on this tune, if not quite a few more. One of the guitars seems to be in an alternate tuning. The other guitar is kind of buried in effect, so who knows exactly what's going on some of these. But this seems to work for me. So I've now got a little 3-note harmonic shape. So I've now got, it's a D, it's a G flat or an F sharp, and a B. So I've just changed the tuning.
I'm now going to need you to teach people how to do that.
Yes.
I'd love to see.
So stand. That's roughly standard tuning there. So you can do it by ear. Roughly speaking there. So you can kind of what is that? Kind of a quarter turn.
Yeah, quarter turn's about a semitone.
On the tuning peg.
But it's down a semitone.
And that's now giving you.
And then that makes those harmonics a chord, essentially.
Well, it's I suppose it's one way of thinking of it is it's a kind of minor triad that you've got there.
And then the actual harmonic
shape. So then I'm just playing at the 12th fret, and then going down to the 7th fret.
And for someone who's never done those harmonics before, how would you teach
so there's a bit of a knack to kind of getting clean harmonics. It's certainly easiest at the 12th fret.
Yeah, they ring out. They ring out. Well, I mean, 7th
ring
as well.
So,
but we're on the. I think the difference is you have to be over the fret itself rather than in the fret area.
Absolutely. So
over the metal.
Yeah, we're thinking 12th fret here, but if you're fretting that note, you're obviously going to be a little bit behind the fret wire. With a harmonic, you want to be right over the top of the fret wire, and I'm just touching very, very lightly, and then
instantly
lifting off straight away. If you don't lift off, I mean, it's still coming through to some extent, but
the trick is
that's it. So as soon as you feel the string under your fingers, just lift off, and then there are various other points along the length of the fretboard where you can get these harmonics. I think 12 and 7 are where it's probably easiest to bring out these notes.
All the dotted frets, but frankly, if you add enough overdrive, everywhere's got them, hasn't it? I mean, it's literally MOR, isn't it? Exactly. If I can do it on the fly, maybe without a delay pedal. Which one's the delay?
That's the one at the back, yeah.
So I'm not doing that super well, but they're literally all the way over, right?
It reminds me that there's that Eddie Van Halen trick where he goes. Running his sounds weird with the reverb.
It sounds weird with the shoegaze. It sounded amazing with the shoegaze. Now get more gain on that. I want to hear this done. This is amazing. I've never seen this before in my life. Yes.
Yeah. So
I mean, talk about soundscapes. That sounds like spiders crawling up a wall in a horror film or something,
absolutely.
right?
No, I'm sure I remember seeing a live footage of Van Halen where he's sort of doing this little trick.
That's insane.
How's he doing that? It's
Never seen that. That's
literally
incredible.
just.
I mean, it looks Van Halen as hell, right?
And then
But-
you've got the harmonics kind of along the length of the string.
Oh wow, with
Cool,
the
cool
plexi
little
that
trick.
the harmonics
I
would
haven't
ring out, right?
quite got the right sound set up for that.
But
yet,
that's
it's a cool
harmonics
trick.
and so are these.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
was it down
and
at 7th
That's
fret?
it. So yeah.
So just string 3, 2, 1,
So
2.
yeah, just
Oh,
I think that's kind of the pattern. I mean, it's such a kind of nice atmospheric thing. You can almost just kind of play them a little bit randomly.
Yeah,
It's going to sound cool.
Is there a rhythm you're sticking to at all? Generally on the beat?
Mostly on the beat. So yeah,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of an 8-note rhythm. So it's
That's so
just
cool.
Such a beautiful kind of atmospheric device. These sort of harmonics.
They really are. They really are. And everything I'm learning so far from this is actually there's a lot of elements that are really simple. It shouldn't be scary to take on. Even though it sounds big and like how are they doing that, they're often just adding one new thing.
Yeah.
The effects pedals, something with the tuning, the harmonics, a delay on the beat.
Absolutely.
Something new. Everything else really standard. Diatonic tones.
Totally. Yeah. Nothing weird.
Eighth note. Eighth note. So you can't get simpler or
nothing.
kind of more straightforward punk in a way.
Yeah. Nothing.
And they're taking all of that. They're just adding one new thing to it. And perhaps sometimes like changing that in the chorus, it won't stay the same throughout a whole song because they're trying to keep your attention.
That's it.
That's where the shoegazing things come
exactly,
from. 'Cause I've got to
yeah.
change pedal halfway through,
the
and it's difficult. Got to be Michael
Yeah.
Flatley sometimes,
Totally.
aren't you, doing the river dance with your pedals?
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. You're very, very simple elements in a lot of these tunes, and your classics of slow dive thing is lots of these single note guitar parts. I think I did that a little bit on the chorus of this tune.
show us a bit of that. So single string
really
stuff?
just yeah.
What a great example. Sorry to stop you there, but I'm sure you've taught a lot of people one-to-one over the years, as have I. At some point, to bring on everyone's lead guitar playing, as teachers, we force people to give them the exercise of play me a guitar solo on one string.
Yes, such a good exercise. Yeah,
Because what it focuses on, well, what does that focus on for you? Why would you do that?
Yeah,
with this tune?
it's for me. It's a great way of playing melodically because you're not thinking about it, immediately. You're not able to play your blues licks and your pentatonic
Takes away
stuff.
the shapes, right? And you can still visualize something. You're visualizing intervals, but it really makes you think about every note, and also any slides, glissando between every note, right?
But the basic sort of building blocks of music. So in intervals, the distance between notes.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I've never learned my scales on single strings as such, but. You need to be able to hear the intervals and sort of think in terms of the different notes. So
it's something I've never diligently practiced that as a thing. I wouldn't say play C major scale here, but I can do it.
Yeah,
because you have to do it at some point. And it's often been done, She Sells Sanctuary comes to mind as like riff, mostly on the G. But as an exercise, we give that to everyone because it does bring them forward. Especially if it's something, if you try it and it's a thing, you're like, "Ooh, I'm not comfortable here." Try it.
Yeah.
Add that to your game.
Yeah, really.
And what a great song example to actually learn to go. How do you do a one-string guitar solo?
You could literally put this song on, and then just do that, just on the B string, and just try and hear melodies and hear how the notes work against the chords.
But so to kind of tie things up, I mean, we should mention Ride as well because you said they were your top three, and any other bands that particularly come to mind, or just recommended listening, as you say.
Yeah, I mean, as far as shoegaze goes, I'm just kind of trying to think. I mean, Lush, another great band from the kind of original period of shoegaze.
Yeah.
Great kind of melodic songwriting. So like their stuff a lot. The heavier end of shoegaze, you've got people like Swerve Driver, perhaps. More kind of riff-based, sort of slightly more of a rocky take.
Absolutely.
On shoegaze. Catherine Wheel, I wasn't into at the time so much, but I just started listening to them recently. It's great songwriting, but within that sort of shoegaze-ish kind of a genre.
Yeah, and I challenged myself and my partner, who's a bit more adept with some of this stuff, to come up with a few bands that have maybe been influenced by this. But
I was going to say, yeah. What have you got?
So I've got Bar Italia.
Yeah.
Who are, I think, let's have a look at this.
I've heard them on radio BBC Six.
100%.
Sure.
It all goes a bit Six music.
Absolutely,
to be honest.
Yeah.
But the influence of this is heard in way more than this. I've also got Beach House, the song example Space Song.
I think Beach House. Yeah, I mean it's. With shoegaze, it does overlap with other genres as well, and people
as it should. Otherwise, it's just a homage or a pastiche.
Totally, and people talk about your dream pop isn't. It's kind of
dream pop's
very similar kind of thing.
Crossover term. It tends to go prettier or not as aggressive when it's like that.
I think that's true to say.
Hotline TNT. I've got written down.
Yeah, I'm not
I
familiar
Thought You
with that,
Changed would be my recommended song. Kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
Ringo Death Star. And I've also got Beautiful World by a band called Parannoul.
Yeah. There's some cool...
P-A-R-A-N-N-U-O-U-L. Parannoul. But yeah, listen to this one really quick, just to get your vibe on it.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
In the rhythm guitar part, I'm hearing a lot of that kind of growl sound.
They've nailed that Kevin Shields 100%. Kind of my Bloody Valentine.
That was released in 2021.
Sure, yeah. Oh, they're cool. Yeah,
for example.
Another band. There's a band called Dive. I don't know if you've come across them.
Come across it?
Yeah, D-I-I-V.
Yeah.
I think you meant to say Dive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're an American band, but heavily influenced by the whole shoegaze thing, and I think they're doing some interesting stuff with the genre. So that's pretty cool.
And it couldn't be more up to date in terms of picking and choosing little textures from this and adding it to whatever you want to make it. Add it to the indie stuff, add it to the blues stuff, add it to anything you want.
Totally.
But also, I would say the biggest thing I want other people to take away from this video is don't be scared of having a go at learning some of this stuff, even if it sounds quite alien to you, because you'd be surprised how actually rudimentary a lot of the stuff is.
Absolutely.
Even if it sounds kind of crazy, it's just a very shapes-based way of learning, but it's maybe not used in the way. It is using the shapes you already know.
Yeah.
It's using power chords and minor pentatonic bends and all the basic stuff.
I mean, what have we spoken about today? It's been power chords, bar chords, single note melodies.
Not used anything crazy.
Nothing technical. So yeah, absolutely, have a go. And
have a go, but also have a go at learning songs that you tend to listen to a lot, but maybe that you haven't learnt yet, because it can be super, super inspiring, and it will add something that you want to add to your arsenal. There's no way now, anytime I'm doing a gig, I'm definitely having a reverb pedal at the start of the pedal board, which will be used probably for one song. But it'll be one song where I go, that's going to make it sound wild and crazy and give it a crazy ending. And will literally turn heads. If I did that on every song, I'm suddenly a shoegaze band.
Exactly, yeah.
But used sparingly, it's such a weapon to have in your arms.
Totally. It's just a nice kind of atmospheric tone trick that you can use in any genre you like. Really, it's not.
I agree.
It doesn't have to just be a shoegaze thing. It can just be a special effect on another type of song.
Absolutely, man. Well, thank you for sharing all that with me. That's been
my
awesome.
pleasure. This has been lots of fun playing through some of my favourite shoegaze tunes. So it's been awesome.
Awesome.
So there we have it. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and do let me know if you like this kind of collaborative style video, if you'd like to see more of this kind of thing. I think there's probably going to be some more stuff with Andy in the pipeline, but if you'd like to see some other special guests, maybe some other guitar teachers or players or maybe artists, then let me know and I can try and make that happen. I will be tabbing out some of the examples we discussed in this video and in the companion video. Those will be up on the Patreon page if you're interested. And if you've not already done so, do subscribe to Andy's YouTube channel. There's some great content up there. He's a fantastic teacher and player. Thanks very much for watching today, and I will see you next week.